had that something in you where you wanted to strive for better. So describe for me, what has your journey been like in life?
The journey it's been very hard because, I was on public assistance, so it was like, at first it was a boundary there. Everybody knows about public assistance. They only want you to go so far or they're going to cut it off.
When you describe yourself now, tell me, who's Freddie Stevenson, the man that you are now?
A few years ago, I remember in college, they would always have speakers come in and ask us who we are. I wouldn't have been able to answer the question. It probably would have had something to do with football, or fullback for Florida State, or want to play in the NFL. But now it's just simple. I'm Freddie Stevenson, man of purpose.
This is a passion of mine. The whole premise behind the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is to spotlight the fact that it is now time for you to get your dope comeback story.
Hey, say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz.
Every Monday, I call people into a studio and we dig into their comeback stories, because I know that we see people in their glory and we see people when they're on top, when they can have that silver lining to them, but we all go through some things, right? We all go through some things, and I think once we're real with people and we let people know the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, it only makes us human and it connects one of us.
So I just want to know, what would be your advice to someone who is looking to start their own podcast?
First and foremost, let me back up. Find your voice. What are you going to talk about? Is it something that people want to listen to? How long will your podcast be? What's going to be the consistency of your podcast? Are you going to do it like weekly, daily? Are you going to do it monthly? So once you find that, because that's going to indicate if somebody wants to listen to your podcast or not. I do know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it with God. I'm doing it because this is a passion of mine. And when you are passionate about something, you're not going to stop. So it really it comes down to how bad do you want it.
It definitely comes down to how bad do you want it. Listen, this is not a traditional episode of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast, because this is a Friday. That's right. I am coming to you with an exclusive interview right before a major event. So much so, it is so special and near and dear to me that I decided to do something very unconventional and host a show for you guys on a Friday, a first Friday at that, because it is so needed. It is so well worth it. And I cannot wait to introduce you to my special guest. I want to dedicate this episode to my son, Xavier. All right. I want to dedicate this show to him because he's in 11th grade and he's about to go off to college, in 2 years. And it's just like, oh my gosh, those of you who are parents of high school kids, you get it. And you feel like your time is closing in and you try to cherish every moment that you have with your child, right? And so that's the space that I'm in right now. But Xavier, I want to tell you that I am so proud of your accomplishments that you've done. I credit him for giving me the idea for this podcast. I have always called him my comeback kid, because he's always made comebacks throughout his entire life. And I did credit my students at my school for the idea of having the perfect comeback, etc. But Xavier, you have really shown up. You have really buckled down with your grades. He almost made honor roll, you guys, and that is major. Coming from this particular year, with the year that he has had. So he got all B's and a C. And I'm just so happy for him because he has AP classes, honors classes, and it has been a heavy workload for him. So we got to get that honor statistics grade up, but he almost made a B in that class. And I'm just going to say, you rock. And I love you. I love you no matter what, no matter if you struggle in school, no matter if you are successful in school. I support you 100% because you know that your family is behind you. And so I'm dedicating this show to him because my son told me the other day when I asked him, okay, so what do you want to do? And he wants to do something in production. Like he said, one of his things that he wants to do, he may want to work behind the scenes with a production crew to do cinematography and all of the sorts. And so, I'm giddy and I'm all happy, but then I'm also like, yeah, because he helped me with my podcast show. He literally used to set up my equipment. He would used to film and all of that. And so I think he's catching the bug, y'all. And so I could not be more happy to say that he may be walking down this path. And so, all right, Village, all right, Jazzie crew, I really am about to talk to the plug in a second. May I have to have him go and shadow and intern with him. But I just want to just encourage all parents out there, listen to your kids and give them opportunities as they come. And so you are in tune to episode actually 147 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. This podcast is a podcast that celebrates the power of the comeback. I truly believe that you can come back from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and also doing the necessary work. I want you to share this podcast episode. I want you to tag your family and your friends in the comment section because that gets their attention and it prompts them to tune in. We are live right now on Facebook, on my private and my public page, and also on YouTube. This episode will stream across all podcast platforms. And so without further ado, you know why you're here. You're here because we have a special guest, right? Not only do we have a special guest, we have special guests. I am about to bring on camera right now the special cast and crew of the hit stage production, The Wizard 2.0, a whole new beat, right? So, hey guys, how you doing? I think you guys muted yourself. There we go. Hey, how y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Look, I'm so excited to see favorite faces from the cast. I'm like, I know who that character is. I know who that character is. I know who that character is. All coming from the fantastic playwright himself. I'm so elated, and I'm also so honored that you guys would take time out of your busy schedule of filming because I know you are at a rehearsal right now. And so thank you for carving out this time to be on the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. So could each one of you go around and introduce yourselves to the audience and let us know what character you're going to play in this production?
Hello, everybody. My name is Durban Green from Lakeland, Florida. I'm playing the role of Scarecrow, and I'm so excited to be on the Jazzie Show.
Thank you.
How's it going, y'all? My name is Mitch. I'm coming in from Atlanta, and I will be the Tin Man. And yeah, we're gonna rock this thing.
Yeah.
My name is Johnny Hollingshed Jr. I am from Macon, Georgia. I am the Lion. And we are so very honored to be here with you, Jazzie.
Thank you. I'm honored to have you. And then, we know this guy in the middle. I think we know this guy in the middle a little bit. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, family? This is Demetrius Haynes. I reign from the itty bitty big town that's growing, Lakeland, Florida, Polk County. I am Demetrius Haynes. I am the playwright, director, and producer of the show, The Wizard 2.0.
Listen, I just thinking about, Demetrius, we have a rich history of how we know one another. I met you as a teenager and you were doing your thing with stage plays. You were very knowledgeable. You have just been very talented. Like all the teachers that I know that have met you or that have talked to you, they sing your praises, and you have one of those stories where people just knew that you were going to do something with your life. You were going to do something special. So sitting in the seat that you're sitting in right now, tell us how you are feeling right now, because your stage production, let's go ahead and knock the promo out of the park. Let us know when the show is occurring and let us know how we can get tickets. Let's start it off just like that.
Well, Sunday, we plan on seeing you all at Teneroc Highschool in Lakeland, Florida. April 6th, the doors open at 5 p.m. this Sunday, and the showtime starts at 6. We are going to start on time.
On time. On time.
Yes, tickets are on sale right now for seniors and students, $38, and we have general admission for $48. We're just about out of VIP, so this will be a sold out show. So if you don't have your ticket, you better get it now. You're gonna be outside listening to the music like you're at a Beyonce concert.
Get it now. Listen, get it now. You don't want to be one of the people that's stuck outside and cannot get in. You want to get your tickets now, right now.
Yes.
Let me just tell you this. I started off by saying, Demetrius, I've known you since you were a teenager, and
before a teenager. Well, you know me since I was a teenager. I saw you when I was about, I can probably say when I was about 10 years old, hosting a show, and I saw you doing it. I was like, okay, I can do that. I can have her job.
and look at you.
You inspired me so much. I just want to tell you that you inspired me as a kid. So yeah, you were one of the ones. So
thank you so much.
How you when I was coming up and I started hosting shows, you were one of the ones like, hey, you can get organized. Like, hey, look, you were one of the ones who kind of you stayed one. You were one of those teachers that I had from the beginning, way back over 10 years ago. So thank you so much.
Listen, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Sometimes you look at people and you can just tell that fire is inside of them, and that they're not just going to listen to what you're telling them, but they're also going to apply it. And so those are the people that you just really love to pour into. And just so you know, like, you inspired me so much, even as an adult, coming into, you met me when I graduated with this degree in broadcasting. You saw me, on the grind, starting with, hosting events and doing all of these things. The education bug bit me, though. It bit me real hard, and it kind of derailed me from off of the path. But you saw me at that time where I was fresh from Florida A&M University and just really trying to make it happen. And it's just, our paths keep crossing like this. And I love what you do. You inspired me from your very first play to look out in the audience, because you asked me to actually host to open up that particular stage play. And I was just in awe, from the stage production, the set, to all of the things. And then I know he can hear me, so I'm going to keep talking and giving him his accolades. But he inspired me, guys. When I say his first stage play, he was not only the writer and the director, but he also was one of the actors in the play. So just imagine having all of those hats that you have to wear in a production, and then to make it happen. Like, just imagine that. Imagine him being the playwright, being the director, being an actor. Imagine all of that going on, and he's just doing it because it's in him. It's in his psyche to be able to do this type of work. And so it taught me how to dream. It taught me how to not set limits. It taught me definitely prayer is needed. But the cast, y'all, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, when you guys hit that stage, I had talked to Demetrius on and off about what he was trying to do. The Wizard of Oz, it's all near and dear to our hearts because we know this. And then the Wiz is where we really we're like, okay, yeah, we found ourselves, or we saw ourselves in that production. But Demetrius has taken it to a whole nother level. Sure. Listen to me. And the thing is, it is not just hoopla.
God took it to a whole nother level. It wasn't me.
God did.
Yeah,
God
it was never part of my plan. You know the story. It was never part of my plan.
Listen.
The devil don't get no credit for that.
I am just telling you that, and it felt that way. I don't know if the castmates felt that way, and I'll let you guys respond to it. But let me just tell you how I felt as somebody looking at you guys. because I couldn't stay behind the curtain. It was too much magic going on where it's like, okay, I saw you guys before the stage, the play even started, like probably 2 hours before it. And I'm looking at you, you're kind of dressed in your costumes, but man, when it was on, and I was not ready for it. I was not expecting what I saw. I saw brilliance. I saw mastery of craft. I saw fun. I saw entertainment. I saw a Broadway worthy production. And I mean, from the singing to the vocals to the production, I look at everything. That sound was amazing. So kudos to the sound guys. The set design told the story. But you as actors, you know that you bring someone's vision to life. And so I want to know from the actors, how did it feel that night? Because I was like, this cannot be real right now. Like, I know they are good, but they are this freaking good. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I was
some things I was going out and I was sitting out and I was watching it transpire. I was like, I did not do this. I was like, wow, just to see, man, first off, like you say, the cast, the crew, the people working behind the scenes. Like, right. The amazing thing about this cast is not only were they just actors, but they played a huge part in being a part of the creative team and bringing the show to life, their ideas. It wasn't just a me thing. It wasn't just me. They got in, and whenever we had maneuver and pivot, they got in and they were very professional, and we were able to just come up with different ideas, and I listened, and we learned from each other. That's what this thing is all about. Nobody knows everything. It's situations where I learn from them so much, and I'm so blessed to learn from these professionals. I'm blessed to be with them. So it's like, if you're the greatest person in the room, you're in the wrong place.
Listen, that sounded nice.
Yes.
Hey. Hey, Dorothy. Listen, you guys have been making your way across the airwaves, across television. I've been seeing you do great things. You are making Polk County, you're making Georgia, you're making everywhere that you are from very proud of you. And so when I know that you guys said that it takes input and it's not just on one person, I'm going to tell you one thing I was sitting in the audience in awe about. I was like, okay, so who came up with the soundtrack? Like, these songs fit perfectly with the storyline. So I'm going to start with Scarecrow, because Scarecrow, you were one of my favorites. Let me tell you that much. Like, you did that. You did that. The weak in the knees and just all of that, from your choreography to your songs. How did that, what input did you give? And then how does it feel to be such a part of a major cast like this?
To be part of a major cast like this it's inexplainable. It's indescribable, honestly. It's more of a feeling that I get. You mentioned earlier about how things can be restored or things can be brought back to life. This is exactly what this has been for me, being a part of this cast. I'm an artist and I sing, and I took a break. I took some time off, took some years off. And I hadn't really been working like that. I got a call from my brother Demetrius here, the director, and he wanted me to be a part of the show. And when you've gone so long for a while without doing what you're used to, you can kind of feel like your life has gotten a little dim. This has been the resuscitation of my career. It has brought so much life back into me, not just being on stage, but as a person. Being able to be around great minds like Demetrius, Nyla, Mr. Jonathan, and our 10-man back here, it's been really, really, it's been like a new life for me. Musically, the part that I got to play, I got to write a little bit on the song, and being around everybody that's a part of the show, the creativity just flows. I believe that the Bible talks about how iron sharpens iron, and I really found that to be true with this cast. Where I fell short, somebody else would go, hey, you can try this, or do this like that. So it was really a big group effort, and it's been a dream come true to be a part of this show. And I look forward to all the many doors that God's going to open for Demetrius and everybody that's a part of this cast. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like just watching you, I hurried up and followed you on social media because you do have a light about yourself. I was like, I want to know more about this character. Like who's the man behind, the costume. Like you really have me intrigued, and just thank you. Like even you corresponding back and forth on social media, you can tell that you are a genuine person. So that's the type of person that you want, on your team. And so I love what you said about this breathing life back into your career. And I think that's God has a way to do that. God has a way to really, really assure us of something. When he plants that seed into you and when he says that he has made you wonderfully well, like we have to listen to that. And I know that waiting season is so hard. I know when you're not getting that, direct gratification, it's just like, God, is this what I'm supposed to do? And so let's go to the Tin Man, baby. The Tin Man. Is this the original Tin Man that was in the show?
Right. I'm a new Tin Man.
Yeah. I listen here. Cause I'm gonna be looking at you. Cause that costume alone is gonna set you off. You hear me? I know you've been practicing in it. Whoever came up with that costume design for that character, oh my, the Tin Man was it. So the eyes are gonna be on you. So
Okay, bring it on. I'm gonna show up for you. I'm gonna show up for you. I think this our new family. Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking and I'm watching with anticipation. Coming into this environment, into this family, how does it feel?
It feels good. Everybody is very welcoming. It's almost like when you meet people that you feel like you've already known for a long time. That's how it was like when I met Demetrius. You know what I'm saying? We talked on the phone, and it was like nothing was really awkward. Nothing was like he wasn't trying to force anything. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I just felt like, okay, this is a guy trying to get the job done. Let me see how I can step in and help. And ever since then, everything has just been flowing very naturally. Me and him have a great chemistry. Me and him have a great chemistry in the scenes that we've already run through. I know we're gonna have a great chemistry with Dorothy. They already have a gel that's super tight. So I'm just gonna come in and try to fit in like a puzzle piece.
Absolutely. I love that. Fit in like a puzzle piece.
Yes.
I know that you are going to fit so well. I know you are going to fit somewhere so well. You're going to hold your own. Listen, the person who needs all the love and all the courage is none other than Mr. Jonathan, playing the character of the Lion. Now listen, you walk
Mr. Johnny.
Mr. Johnny, I'm so sorry. Mr. Johnny, you walked past me so many times backstage. I had no idea that you were even in the play. But when you hit that stage, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. That is not the same person that was just backstage. And somebody told me. They were like, yeah, that's him. I'm like, get out of here. You have got to be kidding me. Like when I say on point, yeah, you played the role of the Lion, let me tell you. So how does it feel being able to use your craft like this? Is this something that you typically do? Like, how long have you been acting, and what does it feel like to be a part of this production?
It is who I am.
Yeah,
I'm the kid that when I was 5 years old and you're at church and the people say, okay, here comes Timothy, and he comes up and he says, Jesus will, and everybody claps. I wasn't that kid. When they called my name, the whole crowd went, oh Lord, here comes that little boy. He gonna have his mama up there throwing rice like it's snowing and all that stuff. So I was always that guy.
Yeah.
And it's just a natural process. And then I learned when I was a young guy that my last name, Hollingshed, was one of the main sources of Shakespeare's works. So a guy named Raphael Hollingshed, Shakespeare got a lot of his works from Hollinshed's Chronicles. So I felt like it was my birthright. So I've always been a part of the stage, and I've always felt like that was home for me. And as in the same speak of Durbin here, I kind of gotten away from it in my craft. But this gentleman, he served me something that really brought it back to what the whole theme of this production is about, is that you can always go back home.
Yeah.
And so this is where it is for me. This is the why for me. And I'm at home, and they can make you think that Dorothy is their best friend all they want.
My bestie.
But the lion is Dorothy's protector. You better believe it.
You may have a point now. You may have a point.
We thank you so much for giving us this time and this platform, because this gentleman, as humble as he is, honestly deserves this, because he really means that he is for everybody, and that's why he deserves it so much.
Absolutely. That's great. That's really a good tidbit to put in that, because you are absolutely right. Like Demetrius is consistent, and then I have seen him give people multiple chances to show their talent. It's like he welcomes that. Like he really understands what it takes to be in this industry, because he's tried it all. And he's now one of those people that can give people advice and give people knowledge on what to do. I give him kudos because he offered up his studio to the Jazzy Conversations with Jazz podcast for free. Like he didn't ask me for a single cent to be able to use his studio to film when he knew I didn't have a studio setting anymore. It was almost like Jazz, just come in, create, we'll bounce ideas off of, it's just always been that, regardless of what it is, it has always just been, because we got to help each other. We got to look out for each other. I'm doing this, you doing that, and we help each other. And that's one thing that I cannot ever hold against him, because you can't say that he's not that person that does that, because he is. And so I'm glad that you guys are able to see that and really believe in him enough to stick with him and believe in what is to come. Because once you guys continue to ride this wheel, because you never know where it's going to take you, like this is about to be amazing. And it was so many people that said it that night, like this just can't be just one night. We can't just have this like this. We got to find some kind of way to keep this rolling. Let me tell you a funny story about this next actor that I knew nothing about, just heard. Like you've never heard of Nyla? Like I would click on my social media and I would look at Demetrius's page and I would just hear her voice. She's belting it out. And I'm like, who is this girl? But she can really sing. She can really, really sing. And let me tell you, I was coming off of a trip. I think it was like I was coming off of a trip from Thanksgiving. Like legitly came off of a trip. I saw my sister's car at her hairstylist. Lo and behold, I'm talking about the play. I didn't even know that was your aunt. She was like, "That's my niece." She was like, "That's my niece," and I'm gonna be doing her hair. She was like, "She just left. Like she just left from me doing her hair for the show." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is a sign that I'm definitely going to be in the building." I definitely it's just. I just felt like it was like a target just guiding me down the path of where it was just signs everywhere saying he's on down the road. Follow the yellow brick road.
I'm so glad that you followed that. I'm so glad that you followed that sign. I'm so glad you here.
Yes. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm talking up the play like and that's the thing. You never know who's going to be in the building when you're talking. Because I'm telling them all about the play. And I'm like, yeah, you guys need to go. And here's how you get your tickets. They're asking, well, are tickets still on sale? I'm going to your page, Demetrius. I'm pulling it up. I'm like, go click on this right here. I think I even text you, like, our tickets still on sale. And I did not even know I was in the presence of Miss Nyla's aunt. Just the one of the stars of the show, Miss Dorothy herself. So Miss Nyla, Miss Dorothy, how does it feel to be in the position that you are in right now? Because you are the youngin' of the bunch. Like, how does it feel?
How I feel being a star?
It's a blessing to me. Like all I can say is just God has been so good to me. Like it's a blessing to be here doing this. Like it's my first time doing something like this. Like I've always wanted to do like theater, like Broadway. Singing is I eat, sleep, and drink music. I eat, sleep, and drink singing. So to be here is just like an honor, and like working with them, meeting them, like meeting their like personalities and just talking to them, really getting to know them. I really like I love them. Like, they're my family. Like, I would call them, like, none of my business partners. I would call them my family. Like, we're really a family, like, outside of the 2.0. Like, we have great moments. Like, every time I come here, it's just so welcoming. Like, it feels like I'm at home already, even though I'm trying to get home. It feels like I'm at home. So I'm just really grateful, and it's an honor for everything. And I'm so glad that Demetrius gave me this opportunity to start.
Let me tell you, so her mom, I talked to her mom like a few days after the show. She said, I went there and looked at Nala was in there crying.
Yes, I was crying because after the show, like during the show, it was like I was so excited. Like it was just a moment for me, like a big moment. And then after the show, I'm like, dang, that's it. I was like, dang, like I made so many bonds, make so many connections, and it's like they make me feel so welcome. And it's like I was filled around like passionate people, generous people, like actual real people, and like that's what I love. I just love being around like God-fearing people, passionate people, people that have good energy. Like I'm just feeding off of their energy. So like I really like I call them my family. Like it's unexplainable. I have no words.
And that's how it should be. When you said that's it, that's how I left feeling too. Like I stayed around that theater so long talking to people. Like I'm like, I just feel like something else should happen. Like what next? I feel like we ended that night on a cliffhanger. Like a lot of people, and I would even venture off to say everybody in attendance left there saying, this can't be it. Like this production, it cannot be a one and done. Like it has to be some kind of way to continue it, right?
Wow.
Yes.
So Demetrius, through this process, I'm not going to share all of it because you can share what you want to share. I will definitely respect you in that regard.
You know I don't care.
So listen, when you were going through the process of advertising for the show, it was one phone call that I had with you, and I don't think I've ever heard you sound that way. And it made me pay attention to you because although I was asking you, I was giving you space to be in the room, to share your play with people who would come. And I when I do that, I always feel like, this is my way, that God can work through me, because maybe I can be a blessing to someone, and then like just put them in the space, put them in the ear of someone, and then they take it from there. Because I truly believe that's how God really works. And so I was doing that with you with this opportunity. And when I called you with the opportunity, you said yes right away. It's not too many. I don't even think I remember the time that you told me no, to be quite honest with you. And you sounded so broken. You sounded so defeated, so deflated. And I had it because it caught me majorly off guard. And I immediately, like, I tuned in, like I paid attention, like I didn't say too much. I didn't offer my opinion. I just let you talk. And to hear what you were up against, I was like, this is unreal. Like, you had people going against you, like people calling up to New York, to Broadway for copyright infringement. You had people really going against you with this show. And it was deeper than, dang, you want to see a black man fail. You want to keep the brother down. It was deeper than that. It was like straight up sabotage, what you were explaining to me. It was straight up like spiritual warfare. And I was like, this is days before your show. You mean to tell me you have a star-studded cast, from what I'm hearing, from what I'm seeing online, and it is in jeopardy of like stopping? You have people pulling out of your show who are critical parts of your show, from music to acting to wardrobe to makeup to, and you name it, people were falling off. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Thank you, God.
I'm like,
Thank
wait a minute,
you, God.
listen to me. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, and I'm sitting here and I'm catching like hearsay, like this person is no longer doing it, this person is no longer doing it. And it was something that was in me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stand right by his side with whatever is about to go down, because I'm looking at this flyer. I'm looking at this flyer, and then I know you. I know the family that you come from, your mom. You know, I know you. I'm looking at this 16-year-old that stood so mightily on this stage and sold out a show over and over and over. And I'm like, God, this can't be the end of his story. So I prayed. Like, I immediately prayed. And then I thought about, well, Demetrius still has some people behind him. So God, make it work. People, you know, even from not even maybe being able to perform it in the theater that you had already booked for the event. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way you brought him this far to just leave him. And I'm going to tell you, that is why I was so full watching this play happen, because nobody would even suspect, had they not personally talked to you, nobody would expect that any of that was happening. And what that just taught me is just like, Jazz, girl, where's your faith? Like, you have faith for this person. Like, you are literally seeing what God can do right in front of you. People left him. People like deserted him. People tried to sabotage him. And God said, no, like this, what's going to happen is, not only is this show going to happen, but we're going to get him on some media platforms. We're going to get some people behind him to back him, where he doesn't have to worry about this. He doesn't have to worry about that. We're going to bring in some new actors. We're going to bring in some new musicians. We're going to bring in people who are going to be attracted to this show to keep it sound. And then on top of that, we're going to make it a traveling show. This is what I'm watching. I'm watching you like almost not even be able to do a show, losing it completely. Oh, let me also tell you, who on earth has to rewrite a whole freaking show and it still come off the way it came off? Who in the heck? I'm sorry. Who? Like, I was just sitting here like, yeah, this God. Yeah, it ain't nothing but God. If you telling me on this phone right now, Demetrius, that you got to go back and rewrite stuff just to make sure that you are covered, what? And for you to have the energy.
I was done. I got the calls, and it got so bad to my PR had quit on me. It's you in boiling water when your PR quit on you. Your PR is supposed to fix your story and make it look good. The PR. I don't even want to talk about her right now. Y'all, this ain't my show. You look at this Jazzie show, I'll be calling. My PR quit on me. I say, look, just hold on. I say, these folks they creating a bad narrative. I say, look, when we come out of this, we gonna win. They didn't want to believe it. They went ahead and quit. Now they watching us. They watching us. We steady moving. But what we started doing was, we had the real deal start living the story of the Wizard of Oz. How you get on this, you start this journey, and you know where this journey is going to take you at. But the people that you meet, you have to rely on them to get you to that place. And you have no idea that they're going to help you get to that destination. And this is a part in the show where Dorothy says, she say, hey, when people start falling off, when the different characters started falling off and they started doubting, like, hey, we can't make it through, she tells them, hey, if we're going to go and defeat this wicked witch, we're doing it together.
Right.
We're not doing it breaking up, we're doing it together. And that's the big thing. You have to stay together, and you have to have people in your circle to motivate you. And when we were under attack, when they say the prayers of the righteous won't be forsaken, that thing is real, because there was some praying people behind this production. Yeah. This is more than just production. You have some of the most anointed singers, some of the most anointed people in this production. These are genuine spirits. We have no divas on set. This is what we do. We are in here to push each other. No matter what we're going through, life happens, but we are here to push each other. And that's the message behind the story. We're pushing. You got to push through.
Yeah.
If it's okay, I'd just like to add in that what this show was proof of is that God is not a respecter of man.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other sentiments from the cast? Like, you've been through it. Nyla, you've been through it. What was that experience like for both of you who've been through it with Demetrius and the whole cast?
What does she mean? What do you mean, like been through it? Like
How has it been going through an experience like that when you know that there was a possibility that the show wasn't going to happen, and then to see what it's doing now in that moment? How was that for you?
when my mom first mentioned it to me, I was in shock. I was like, what do you mean? Like all this was happening. I was like, we just was having rehearsal, everything was going well, like we was getting the show together. And then she was like, yeah, it's a little situation going on. And I just like I did have an emotional moment. I was like, oh no, God. I was like, God, please not this cast, because we worked so hard. Like everybody put their all into it. We all worked.
Everybody worked hard, but she was working months before. Yeah. Like before everybody else got on, she was already working, and that killed me to see this young girl working hard, dedicated, and it's like it's over.
Yeah.
And I think that this whole experience with the Wizard 2.0 is definitely a God thing. It's definitely something that God is breathing on. I'm so proud of Demetrius for not giving up. I'm so proud of everybody that's part of this cast for sticking through it, for extending in the paint. Because the show, we had about a week's time. I'm going to the story later. We had about a week's time to read. He had a week's time to redo a lot of stuff, and most people would have quit, and a lot of people did. But I just thank God for Demetrius' determination, for him having such a spirit and trusting God for this vision and everybody being a part and it coming to life. Because what this was, it was more than just a stage play. It was more than just theatrics. People came to this theater looking for hope. People came for the theater looking for love. They came looking for God. And in a way where they're not going to get it in the four walls of the church. And I know this isn't a church podcast, but a lot of people that came that night, they were looking for something. They were trying to fill a void. And if we would have said, let's cancel the show, let's postpone the show, let's not do it, we would have went against the will of God. Yes. And people would have been lacking that joy, that restoration, all of that. So it's bigger than just, lines and scripts and songs. It's a ministry thing. It's a thing for humanity. And it's just a big blessing to be a part of it. Because for me personally, it's been a lot. It's been just what I needed. I've suffered major deaths. I lost my mother not too long ago. It just seemed like a lot of stuff was just like falling off in my life. And I kind of felt like what I had of a career seemed to have been over before it really started. But like I said, this has been the defibrillator. This has been, when people get like, they need to be shocked back to life. This has been all of that and some. So this is definitely a God thing, and it's something that I'll never forget. It's something that I know is blessing the people that are in the audience, the people that's a part of the cast, and I just can't wait to see exactly what else God is going to do.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what's about to happen on Sunday. We didn't know what happened last show.
Listen, amazing things. I just, when it comes, like, do you want to go into the premise of the show? Like, I know I interviewed you earlier at the festival that we were at, and you were able to tell us about the story, because this is now yours. You own the rights to this show. This is your intellectual property. All the creativity, all the writing is yours. And so tell us about the twist that your story has on this popular classic.
Yeah, so in this story, Dorothy is from Atlanta, Georgia. And and we're gonna we'll be looking out for the film soon. We're working on it. But the story behind this is Dorothy, her mother moved to Atlanta, Georgia, a long time ago to get her music career off the ground. Eventually, Dorothy's mother passes away, and Dorothy moves to Eatonville with her Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. So when she moved to Eatonville, Dorothy just, hey, this is some backwoods town. She don't realize that Eatonville is one of the first black established towns within our country. And like Zora Neale Hurston and just the black-owned businesses. Some black-owned bank in Eatonville. So she
Eatonville is a treasure. Like, Eatonville is a jewel. Like, really, we take our kids on an annual trip there, and I love hearing all the historic facts about Eatonville. So yeah, Eatonville is rich in history.
So within the artistry, I wanted to preserve some of our history within this story as well, because I wanted a story that lasts a lifetime. Somebody
Yeah.
can go back and look at this and say, hey, what's Eatonville? Do your research and they'll find out what Eatonville is, because eventually we're not going to be learning about Eatonville. we don't learn about it. A lot of people don't know what about Eatonville until they saw this show. So Dorothy ends up in Eatonville. She ends up, the tornado takes her up. We all know the story of the Wizard of Oz, but this is a story that the challenge was creating a story that no one has ever seen before. So, you know, the Wicked Witch is Develine. She's a big fashion guru. She's running the town, and she got a boyfriend named Flossie. Well, why they call him Flossie? Because he's Flo. He all about showing his jewelry. He living off of Develine. He was living off the Wicked Witch of the West.
Now, do you have the same Flossie character? Is it the same person playing it?
Yeah, shout out to Ken Davis.
I was like, because you know Ken played that. You got to bring Ken back.
Yes, Ken, Tremaine Toombs. It's a lot of people out there today. Paula Watkins, Monica Dixon. Who else am I missing out? Brandy Pickett. Yeah. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of them. Ken and Brandy been with me since day one. Since I was a little boy, they believed in my dream. They've been with me since day one. They can't sing, but I had to put them in the show some type of way.
Listen, so I want to know, I'm going to throw back to the Tin Man. Like you, I would just be thinking, because if you and then if Pee Wee was on, if Pastor Collins.
Oh, Pastor
Collins was here. If he was here, I would be asking him the same question. You know, once you've had someone to play this role, what's your mind like going into it? Like, how are you prepping to show the Tin Man through your vision based off of Demetrius's vision? Like, how are you going to bring that to the stage?
Well, so far he's basically been telling me be creative with it, be myself with it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Of course, I'm taking the lead of what was already established. You know, he did a great job. The Tin Man, I really like what he did.
Shout out to Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah, he did it. I love watching it and seeing what he did. So I'm just using that, learning from it. My comfort zone is music. So, you know, I'm a singer, I'm a musician, I'm an artist. So I can use, you know, that's my strength. That's the part that I'm used to doing. So Demetrius is telling me, you know, with the acting, I'm gonna coach you with the acting. We're gonna help you. We're gonna, you know, lean on us because that's our comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel, you know, comfortable on stage and stuff like that. So even though I am an entertainer, I'm used to, you know, being in front of people on stage. This is just kind of a different avenue of it. So I'm just basically gonna use my experience, use what I've already got, and, you know, make it my own and have fun with it.
Yeah. So listen, I just wanted to give you guys this opportunity. I felt that this was a great time to just bring you on and let people see, you know, you guys, you know, outside of the costumes, like who you are as people, you know, how you're supporting Demetrius. And I didn't want to take up too much of your time because I know you guys are on set right now. I'm truly grateful for this interview, but I want to offer and afford, you know, Demetrius and the rest of you to, you know, close us out with any final thoughts that you have. If you want to, in your special way, invite people out to the play. Why should someone come to the play? Whatever it is that's on your mind, on your heart to do, I'm going to afford you that opportunity to do it now.
Okay, well, since we all tried to go first, what I will say is that this medium, theater, is one place that people agree to come and listen. Yeah. So there's a great responsibility for those of us who embrace the stage to have a message for them. And there's so many times when we witness that communication is somewhat difficult. We don't follow the transmitter-receiver model that was set forth for us. Yeah. And this is one place that people agree that I'm going to be a receiver in that audience. And then, so it's our responsibility to be transmitters. And when we have something to say that is worth saying, then it is an honor for me to be a part of. And I am sure that it is the same thing for everyone else, because there is something to say here. Even with my character, I often say that sometimes in life you have to be a lion in order to be the lamb that you really are. Yes. Well, in this particular character that I play as a lion, it's sort of the opposite. This guy is timid, but he's really trying to show everybody when he tells his story that really I am a protector. I am a guy that wants to be out front and protect you from harm. But life has made him take a back seat. But these people come along and they, in their own wisdom, prophetic wisdom, return him to his place. And so you never know who it is going to be that returns to your place that you're supposed to be in this life. And this play is a perfect illustration. This little girl who lost her mom, didn't know her way around. The scarecrow who didn't know how intelligent and smart he was. And then you got the Tin Man here looking for a heart, and he's got the biggest heart of anybody in the crowd. So this play has so many hidden messages. They talk about Kendrick Lamar's presentation of hidden messages. Where did they get a load of the Wizard 2.0? Hidden messages here.
Oh no! That's what they were saying. He really about to do it? Yeah, that's what they like to see. You know that. That's when I saw it. When I saw it, I said, okay, that's me. I like him. Oh, he done lost his mind.
He lost his mind.
That's what they was thinking. They were thinking, oh, that's what the whole theater was saying. Oh, he done lost his damn mind.
Right.
Yeah.
All in all, I would just like for everybody, if you can, grab you a friend, get your neighbor, your boo, your sister, your brother, your cousin, grab somebody, get a ticket, and come meet us on Sunday. The doors are going to open at 5. We want y'all to beat us there. Come, we want to take pictures. We want to love on y'all. Go get a ticket. Tell people about it.
We got
to show out. We really want to see y'all. We're excited for what Demetrius has, entrusted the Lord to what he allowed the Lord to deposit in him and to put it on the stage. And we can't wait for y'all to see this. Y'all gonna be blessed by this. I promise you. I think on TV they tell you that you're gonna get satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. I'm telling y'all, I guarantee that you will be blessed by the Wizard 2.0. So go get a ticket, bring somebody with you. We love you. We cannot wait to see y'all. We can't wait.
Ease on down the road. Hey, the yellow brick road. Ease on down the road. The yellow brick road. Ease on down the road. The yellow brick road. Ease on down the road. The yellow brick road. Yeah.
I know what's right. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night. I will see you guys Sunday, bright and early. Many blessings.
All right. I'll talk to you, Jazz. I'll talk to you.
Okay. Have a good one. All right, guys. So that has been episode 147. Make sure you get your tickets tonight. And like you heard them say, bring a friend, bring your family, bring your church, come in droves to Teneroc High School in Auburndale, because you do not want to miss The Wizard 2.0, a whole new beat. I am not just telling you that it's a good play just because I know the people. I'm telling you that it's going to be a good play because it is worth your money. It is worth your investment. You're going to have such a great time. You're going to be transported into the vision of that, which is Demetrius Haynes. Okay, so please come out. Doors open at 5 p.m. The show starts at 6 p.m. There are going to be some special surprises throughout the show you do not want to miss. So please, please make sure you get your tickets. If you just tuned in, we just had the cast. Where were you? We just had the cast of The Wizard 2.0, a whole new beat. So The play starts at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. at Teneroc High School. So thank you so much for tuning in to a special episode of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Now you will catch me right back here on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on IG, Facebook, and on YouTube Live. And you can also catch up with the Jazzie Conversation with Jazz podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Remember to keep dreaming. Remember, you can come back from anything. Now is the time for a dope comeback. Make sure that you have God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. I want you to share this podcast episode. I want you to make sure that you tag people in the comments, leave us a review in the comment section, and I hope to see you let me rephrase that. I know I'm going to see you at the play on this Sunday, April 6th at 5 p.m. when the doors open. The play starts at 6 p.m. I will see you on Monday, Jazzie crew. Have a good night.